what we would have done so we don't miss that opportunity or avoid from totally failing. No, that's not what this episode is all about. It's about taking a minute of reflection on something really important, and that is small wins. Parenthood is challenging enough as it is, and getting organized sounds easier said than done. Now, combine these two together, and it's truly a balancing act that many of us struggle with day in, day out. If you're here, it's because you want to know how to get your life and home more organized and structured where the kids are involved too, so that parent life is a little easier and you can focus on what truly matters. Hey there, I'm Dianne Jimenez, owner and founder of One Tidy Place. I created this podcast because I know parents have their hands full. I know this because I have 3 kids of my own. Each week, we'll talk about all things organizing, teaching kids life skills, and contributing to the home, being on the same page with your partner, and raising your kids together while you tidy up, go out for a walk, or just need some real talk. I'm here for you. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Organized-ish Parent Podcast, and welcome to the last month of 2025. Can you believe it? The year has gone by so fast. So instead of focusing on what didn't happen, let's celebrate progress. You know, as busy moms working outside of the home or trying to build and grow your business, it's so easy for us to, and sometimes automatic, to look at the negative, like what didn't work, what we didn't do enough of, what we should have done for our kids, what we could have done or avoided in the past so that we're living a healthier lifestyle, or what we would have done so we don't miss that opportunity or avoid from totally failing. No, that's not what this episode is all about. It's about taking a minute of reflection on something really important, and that is small wins. So what are small wins exactly? Small wins, to me, they are tiny steps, habits, or even moments that help to improve our life. Now, why are small wins so important, and why does it even matter at this time? Well, small wins matter all the time, right? They help us build our confidence, and it also builds in that momentum for us to do more small wins. And at the end of that, all those small wins accumulate into obtaining the goal that we want to achieve. Small wins are important also because with this, we get to see the change, the progress that is happening, like obtaining those goals, like I said. But if we want to bring it to home life, for instance, an example of this could be what once was a cluttered table is now clear of toys, crumbs, games, and whatever dirty dish that they left there, right? Because now people are putting things away after use. Another example of seeing the progress is laundry being put away right away after it was folded, or even once the family members see the folded laundry, they put their things away right away. That, to me, is visible progress. And another reason why we should talk about small wins and why it matters right now, it's because small wins reduce overwhelm versus chasing huge, unrealistic goals. For instance, preparing all the things the night before or getting the kids to help out in the morning so the mornings are a lot smoother and less on you to manage everything. So mornings are less chaotic. I'm going to share a couple of examples in my own life. I always want to make sure that the kids always had a healthy option for either lunch or during snack time during the day, whenever they were home. And a step further from just buying like the fruits and vegetables was actually ensuring that the vegetables were washed and cut up and maybe even put in containers, sometimes even individual containers, so they could just grab them and go about their day or pack their lunch and head to school. Another thing was to boil eggs at night so the kids had a protein option in the morning and not just rely on a cereal, for example. At least that I knew they had something that would help and sustain them for until lunchtime. A second example is ever since they were small, we instilled with our kids is to ensure that they made their beds in the morning, every morning, so that at least when we come back to our own rooms at night after a very heavy and long day, a messy bed wasn't another thing that we had to process. And the last example I want to share with you is not from myself, but a win from a friend of mine. She recently texted me and said that her small win was the realization that she wasn't giving her kids the space or opportunity to help out even if they wanted to. That to her was huge. And just hearing this was like, wow, that is huge to even realize that. So she took the opportunity finally and she asked her daughter and said if she was keen on making coffee, if she would enjoy making that. And sure enough, her daughter did and jumped for joy at this opportunity. So now, because her daughter wakes up about half an hour before she does, every morning, approximately, my friend has a fresh, hot cup of coffee waiting for her as soon as she gets up. Now, if that's not a win, I don't know what is. So let's take this moment now to think about 2025. What's one small win that actually made your life easier? And it doesn't have to be a big win, right? It's a small one. So even the smallest, the tiniest wins count. And don't think that these wins have to be perfect, that they were done to completion. Okay, let's embrace imperfection. The wins, like I said, they don't have to be perfect. When we instilled or taught our kids how to fix their beds from a very young age, it wasn't the way we fix our bed at all. And even to this day, right now, I have teens and a tween. And the way they fix their bed is not at all like how we do it, but it's far better than how it ever was before when they were small. So that already is a win. So let's embrace that imperfection. A win is a win. It shows the progress, and that's what matters most. So now that we've recognized what worked in 2025, let's think about what you can carry on into December and January. And if you're having trouble even visualizing that, that's okay, because my next episode on December 18th, I will show you how to take one small win and turn it into a habit that sticks before January 1st so that you can start the new year already ahead. So I want you to check back here on December 18th. Well, better yet, hit subscribe or follow wherever you're capturing this episode right now so that you get the notification on December 18th or whenever an episode releases and you don't miss a single thing. So once again, let's pick that one tangible action that you did this year that resulted in a small win, identify it, and see how you can repeat it or expand it into December. I encourage you to write things down because I find that when we write things down, it just sticks a lot better. Or if you prefer, and if you're bold enough, share it in the comments wherever you're listening to this episode or watching it. Or you can even share it on social media if you need that accountability. And definitely, you can always send me a DM directly. So in case you need another example or two about a small win or a tiny action that led to improving your everyday life, that could just be preparing your gym stuff or bringing your shoes downstairs if you have like a workout space downstairs in the basement or something, and bringing your shoes or your towel ready there so that when you pass by and you see it, you know that it's time to work out, that this is the space that you're working out and it has to be done today. Another win could also be that whenever you get something through email, from school or from your own doctor or from your business, there's a meeting or something that you have to attend to, that once you put in your calendar, you're also sharing it with your partner or your family so that everyone is on the same page. That is a huge win. So just to recap this episode, it's all about celebrating the wins, the small moments, the habits that help us to improve our everyday. A lot of these small wins helps us to keep that momentum in obtaining the bigger picture, like the bigger goal that we've set out for ourselves. And also to normalize things when those wins weren't quite perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. But every single step towards that goal, those tiny steps, perfectly imperfect, are still wins in itself. Just remember, progress is progress, no matter how small it is. So take your small win that you chose today and use it to start the new year strong. All right, my friend, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate the time that you take in your very busy day to tune into my show. And don't forget to mark your calendars or hit that subscribe button right now, because our final episode of the year is December 18th, where I'll talk about habits that actually stick and how to start them before January 1st. So that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Celebrate those wins, big or small, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.